takes the Nets away to start off game number 3. There's Facundo Campazzo, NBA fans remember him from his days with the Denver Nuggets. Just had his rookie season in the NBA. Stolen misses. In transition, the leading bounce pass a little too far from Lillard to Beal.
Well, this is what you hope to see from Bam Adebayo as the tournament goes along. He needs to weaponize his athleticism at that center position. That's his advantage. It might not be size in most matchups against Tokyo, but it is the athleticism and rolling hard and elevating above the rim. That's something I think we need to see more of from Bam.
He's got it right here. Had the first 2 dunks of the game against Nigeria on Saturday. His face-up jumper a little strong over Skull. Brusino, a magician with the basketball. Really has some nifty passes to a lot of his teammates. Great work right there. Tic-tac-toe to Leah to Scola inside.
Yeah, capitalizing on the switch. Bradley Beal on Scola. Excellent job. Quick passing.
Durant 3. That's good. Only 3-point lead for USA. Campazzo, great rookie year with the Nuggets. Flips it inside to Leah. Of course, it was Argentina back in 2004 that knocked USA out of gold medal contention with a win in the semifinals. Adebayo finishes his second bucket in place. Scola at 25 against Australia on Saturday. The spin move. Defended well by KD. There's Lillard. Oh, good contest. Campazzo forces him to give it up. Durant, 2 for 2 from downtown.
That was a beautiful possession. All the way around. 4 guys touch the basketball, and Bam does a good job of getting it to KD on the wing.
Campazzo with it. For more than 2 minutes gone by. Brusino. Sticking with the Argentinians. Campazzo contested. Lillard pass at the field. Durant. Beal on the pull-up. That's good. They're a really nice start offensively for USA.
Tempo, aggressive, and looking to pass ahead and in transition. That's got to be a big part of how this team plays. It's just looking to use their athleticism in the open court.
And Levine read the pass perfectly. Chicago Bulls stand out, sets up KD. Adebayo with the tip. They do 14 here. Good ball movement again. Durant. Adebayo flies in. Lillard. Passes it in. And a quick timeout from Argentina. Great start for USA.
Already out of the blocks, we see a different level of focus. That's what 2 losses will do to you. You come out focused and ready. And a barrage of threes here in the first quarter. Kevin Durant helping to lead the way with that. The ball movement, the intensity, the aggressiveness. This is the best possession I think so far of the first quarter. Excellent job just moving the basketball around. And then Damian Lillard picking up where he left off in the first half against Australia. US knocking it down. Get ready.
So there you have it. Team USA is off to a hot start. Looking good. Mr. Gio, thank you for coming back. Mr. Gio says, yo. He's commenting from the YouTube channel. Sean Walker with the comment, USA looking great. We do. That's it's been a wild last 4 days for Team USA. I'll tell you that. I guarantee you they were not expecting to lose 2 straight games, even though they're scrimmages against Nigeria and Australia. So seeing them come out hot is kind of evidence to like what I was saying yesterday about Team USA probably going to come out like with a lot of fire under their butts to get a win. But also Argentina is supposed to be a good team too. So I I don't know. I still think it may be a 15-point win for Team USA, but I would not be surprised to see Argentina fighting back as the game progresses, just because they're also on a steep losing streak that I don't think they were expecting to have. Sam Bell, what's up, Sam? All right, so I think, yeah, and Mr. Gio says the Australian or Argentina lost to Nigeria by 30.
But the first day there was a little bit of indecision, just learning how to mesh with one another. And even last night, Greg Popovich talked about the second half just kind of ran out of gas. Tonight it's been sharp. They've been sharp and decisive. And it's been good to see.
6 of 9 from the field to start.
USA up 15-4.
USA. And Kerry, you know the Olympic pressure that there is. It's one thing to play in the NBA Finals. It's another thing to represent your country. What is that pressure like?
Well, it's unique because, these players are used to playing the series. And so you can afford an off game in the NBA Finals. I mean, it's not what you hope, but you have an opportunity to get it back. And in the international format, as we know, it's just that one game. And so there's a lot of pressure on playing well. All of these players have that ability, but they still haven't, most of them haven't done it yet. And that's going to be a challenge as they move forward.
Neal with the ball, a first-time Olympian. Out of 5, was set the screen for him, a first-time Olympian. Lillard, a first-time Olympian, all on the floor right now. On the first-time Olympian will be. KD has that experience. 30 points in 2 gold medal games. 3 to shoot. Bradley, Beal, Owen. 12-point lead for USA. Inside to Scola. Played the NBA from 2007 to 17, and that pace-up game is still very good. Durant turns it over. Campazzo leading the break. Down the lane. 4 straight for the number 4 ranked team in the world. No cutting backdoor. Great off-ball movement here from USA, and it sets up a Bam jumper.
Bam with the miss. Argentina with the rebound. 18-10 right now. USA with the lead. Now with the ball back as Argentina bricks it.
First-time All-Star this last season. Beal wide open.
Beal rattling one home from the corner. He hits a 3, 21-10. Team USA. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
And obviously the three-point shooting's been on target.
3 of the game already for USA. Patricio Garino, former Orlando Magic player, hits the jumper. Played 5 games with the Magic 4 years back. Lillard rolling it off out of bounds. Quick double from Campazzo. Levine bombs away. It's good.
Yeah, he looks a lot more comfortable in this game than I've seen him in the first 2 games. And maybe that's a function of being in the starting lineup. Maybe that's a function of just getting used to the international style.
Set a 12-point lead of the game for USA. Their largest lead of this exhibition series. Reno Keith finished down low. Good outlet to Durant, leaping behind and flushing it through. And really, Kara, this is where USA can get teams to the Olympics in transition.
Yeah, I mean, it's the athleticism advantage that they have in a lot of positions, and that's why I can.
What's going on, Sean?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Just watching the game here, and USA is doing pretty good too. It's nice to see they took the third.
Sean, if you can, I gotta have you fix your audio, man. Whatever you did yesterday, repeat that and try to come back.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few possessions the last couple games where I thought there was one pass too many or two passes too many, and no one was taking a shot. And that's the balance you have to find as an offensive player.
Right now, Team USA up 28-12 as the floodgates are starting to open up. With 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Each other out for too many passes.
I think they're really working hard to be unselfish, and so you want to move the ball, and that's something that Greg Popovich and his coaching staff has really impressed upon this team of moving the ball, and so you got to get that rhythm, and that takes time. It's not something you can just talk about. It's something you have to actually go through in the games to figure out what the right amount of aggression is.
Campazzo lays it in. Green looking back door, stolen away by Brusino. Pulls up in transition. Taps it right to his head coach, Sergio Hernandez. Also, Keldon Johnson, who's been called up from the select squad that practices these games. And also in Darius Garland, also part of that select squad. A great year for the Cleveland Cavaliers, averaging more than 17 per game. Second NBA season. Gabriel Deckett almost stole it. Member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Garland, nice hezzy. Oh, can't quite stick the ball up.
Garland rattling one in and out. Argentina with the ball. 2 minutes left in the game in the first quarter.
Lillard on the handoff. Johnson's great screen. Hopefully, Campazzo's okay. Doesn't look to be. Johnson back. Hard screen. Those are fouled by Johnson.
He got tagged pretty hard. Looks like he's gonna set out, similar to Aaron Baines, that collision last night. Didn't play the rest of the game. What a pretty win by Australia last night.
Australia 2-0. They defeated Argentina on a buzzer beater from Patty Mills, who was fantastic against USA again. Malia running, hook in the lane, doesn't drop. Garland. Self up a little too much. That's the buzz out. Great look to Draymond Green and a foul.
Early skills there. Garland attacks the closeout and the help up and the quick pass. Draymond Green before Argentina can rotate. What a great opportunity this is for the select team. And, you look at someone like Darius Garland, who is getting an opportunity to practice and to play every day with some of the best players in the NBA. He's a young player, incredible opportunities. He sits right in, he's not intimidated, he's very skilled, and that's an example of an excellent play, utilizing his speed and his athleticism, his craftiness to create easy shots for teammates.
Keldon Johnson, Saddiq Bey of the Detroit Pistons, Josh Majette, Dakota Mathias, John Jenkins, all called up. Cam Reynolds from the select team for these exhibition contests.
No Saddiq Bey yet in the game, but don't be surprised if he makes an appearance here with USA pulling away in this one very early.
Somebody else checked with his first bucket. Deal. Jackie Kalisi who commits the crime. Number 83 and 1 picks up his first personal. USA very efficient from downtown, 6 for 8. Got 36% from the stripe in the loss to Australia. It's Love. Vildoza transition triple and he knocks it down.
Camposa knocking one down.
Gets the inbounds pass on the steal. Scoop it home. A great outlet passer. Beal underneath. Too easy. Shot clock off for Argentina. Deep three for La Provítola. Tapped out for Cito. La Provítola Provítola closer. Does not go. And a great first quarter for USA basketball after losses to Australia and Nigeria. Starting this one off with a bang. Got it started with an Adebayo flush. 6 threes in the first quarter for USA. They lead Argentina 33-19 in Las Vegas.
All right. USA up 33-19. I would not be surprised to see Saddiq Bey get some playing time here in a few. USA is really pulling away with this one early on. All right. Sean, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Sean, I can barely hear you, man.
Can you hear me?
Sean, try doing what you did yesterday. Leave the broadcast and come back. All right. Well, I'm trying to get a guest on here. If anybody wants to come in and be a co-host or commentary on this, I have no problem bringing you on. But that was Sean. Sean, we talked yesterday about Team USA and their ability to try to come back and play with a little bit more fight. And I think both of us agreed that they would probably do that in this game today. And right now, I mean, all signs are showing that they're really going to start pounding Argentina. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Argentina start fighting back here in a few. But I don't know. The problem is that not a lot of these guys that play for Argentina are currently on NBA rosters, which says a lot just because the NBA is the cream of the crop as far as basketball talent goes, and maybe one or two of them. Actually, I think some of their lineup has made an NBA roster at one point in their careers. As you see, there's Luis Scola was an NBA player, but currently, right now, I don't think any of them are on NBA rosters. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. The broadcast is about to start now.
The guys did a great job. I thought more than anything, our pace after misses, getting the ball off the rim, kicking it ahead, being able to play with some pace. Once we do that, their defense is set. We can get downhill, get into the paint. That extra pass mentality has been great. Obviously, the ball's going in tonight, so everyone's feeling a little bit better.
I appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you, Zora. Thank you, Coach Pierce. And Kara, you gotta like this stat that Zora asked Coach Pierce about 12 assists on 13 made shots.
Yep, and that was similar to what they had in the first half yesterday. And so, for this team, they've had stretches where they've looked really good, and they've been too few and far between over the course of the 40-minute game. And so the challenge for the USA is not necessarily, you can't expect to shoot 6 for 9 from threes every quarter, but can they keep up with that pace? Can they keep up with that defensive attention to detail? That's what I'm looking for in the next 3 quarters.
A bucket in the stop for Argentina to start the second frame. Luka Vildosa with the post-up deck. Knocked away, he's double playing Garland and Beal. Knocked out of play Spain. Argentina, 2004 gold medalists in the gold, beating Italy in 2004 after knocking off USA and then finishing with the bronze medal in 2008 on that golden generation that Kara touched on in the open. Ginobili, Luis Scola, Fabricio Alberto, Giovanni Andres Nocioni, there's a foul. That's going on Tasha Equalizi, that's his second. Battling with Love, and there could be a big role for Kevin Love in the Olympics when you think about defensively. You don't need to leave the paint. No defensive 3 seconds. He's a great rebounder. He can bring a lot to USA in Tokyo.
Oh, he also gives you the element of the three-point shot. And he's becoming a really good shooter from beyond the arc.
Great outlet passer as well. Beal almost lost it. Keldon Johnson, not sure he was expecting it. But missed it. Got a shot out of it, and then a travel on Juan Pablo Ballet. Staying with Team USA here.
A little more pressure, a little more physicality from Argentina out of that quarter break. And how does the U.S. handle it?
So they'll throw it in. Beal spinning, lost it, but got fouled. So Bradley Beal will go to the line for two.
Fouls on Argentina, number 17, his second personal, second team foul.
Bradley doing an excellent job of just attacking pressure. Isolate him on that side, Kevin Love, and he just goes one-on-one.
Finished second in the league in scoring this past year, and they're more efficient in his second game than he was in his first.
Well, he's a brilliant scorer, and I sat courtside for a couple of years watching him in Washington. He finds a way, whether he's feeling good or not feeling good, or whether he's getting back to some shots, he finds a way to get to the rim and lead his team from the scoring standpoint. And that's going to be a pivotal part. But him making shots, him making three-point shots, and then certainly the defensive end. I mean, all these guards for the USA are going to have to play at a high level defensively for this team to win the gold.
A 2-touchdown lead for USA is looked up. He goes up the top. Gabriel Deck showing off his strength inside. Works his way to the line off the offensive rebound.
USA basketball, Kevin Love. First personal, first team foul.
Gabriel Deck coming over late in the season. Broke right out of the three. Finishing the last 10 games of the regular season with Oklahoma City. Free throws for Dick. 10 games with the Thunder, 82% from the charity stripe. Argentinian League MVP, Finals MVP there. Broke down.
Jerami Grant and Zach LaVine now entering the game for Team USA.
See Jerami Grant in for the first time. He started yesterday's game against Australia. An unceremonious start for him to this one, thrown it away.
Oh, he talks about the pressure. That Argentina decides to.
That's going to be a turnover on Jerami Grant as the ball looked like it was tipped out of bounds on the inbound pass.
Good ball movement for USA, but Kara, that's already the 7th turnover. What does USA need to do to better handle that pressure as Dex misses the turnaround jumper?
Turnovers, I mean, some of them are enforced, and you just got to understand that Argentina is going to be in the passing lanes. They've got some guys with great length in terms of the backdoor cut that Lillard had there in the first quarter. That was a turnover as well. Just be smarter with it. Keep their spacing. That helps you.
Well, good spacing there as Durant gets fouled on a 3 off the feed from Beal. Juan Pablo Ballet has his hands on 6 after that foul.
Teams that pressure you, that's where the spacing becomes really important because it's harder to pressure everyone to space out on the court, and the windows are a little bit wider when you make back cuts or when you have drives that you get 2 feet in the paint. It's easier to see everything with that spacing. This is an active defensive team, Argentina. They're going to look to get deflections and look to get their hands on the basketball.
Their guards really love the pressure of the basketball, as you mentioned earlier. Kevin Durant missed the first and the second. He's got one more. Fantastic in the playoffs with the Brooklyn Nets this year. A put on the line away from sending them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Posting up Levine. Turning over left shoulder, taking away and finishing. Jerami Grant. A little strong. Argentina in transition. Good looking stuff.
Oh, big block by Jerami Grant.
Jerami Grant from behind.
And he gets beat, but does a great job
Man.
of getting himself back into the play. On his
Great looking block by Jerami Grant. They thought they could sneak it into the paint. Jerami Grant looming into the block and
Averaged a
just
career
swatted
high
that one
22
down.
per game with the Detroit Pistons this year, but like you mentioned, Kara, really going to be called on for his defense with USA in Tokyo. They're second in most improved player voting this past year. Signed a nice 3-year deal with the Pistons. They go back to Deck. It's been a lot of the offense thus far. Him posting up on that left block, and you can see why he's getting off Levine and smooching it home.
It's been effective. They've attacked the switch in that manner. The U.S. switching 1 through 5, and a lot of times the guard is ending up on deck, and he has made USA pay.
Johnson is second attempt on the tip. USA kind of holding serve here in the second. They're up 14 after 1, lead by 12. Luis Scola had a great back to the basket game. Macrodicula, a deep 3. Slams it in. $39-30. USA's lead down to single digits in Las Vegas.
39-30 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. Let's bring on Sean. Sean, you there?
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Man, you are still muffled, Sean.
I don't know why.
Go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to see if you sound all right on my...
I'm not sure why it's muffled on the pre-join mic started fine. I don't know if that's something to do with using your phone.
Go ahead, keep talking, Sean.
Yeah, but USA had a big lead.
Oh man, Sean. Yeah, Sean, you're still muffled, man.
You can't hear me at all.
I can hear you a little bit, but it sounds like you got your. It sounds like you got your hand over your microphone, and I'm listening back to the playback, like I'm listening to you live right now, and you still sound muffled. But then I'm thinking, well, maybe it's on my end, so I'm listening to the playback because like it's being broadcast to the group and to the page, and the playback is like a 3-second, 5-second delay, and I'm listening back, and you're still muffled, man. Like it sounds like you got your hand over your mic.
I'm just holding my phone.
See if you can restart your phone and then come back. Whatever you did yesterday was really working because I could hear you clear as day. But then then at one point you got muffled like right now, but then you like left for a few minutes. I'm not sure what you did, and you came back and you sound good. You sound good again. We had a long discussion.
We still have the game going, and then you just pause it, and then going on.
Sean, see if you can go to see if you can come back, restart your phone and come back and see if that works. The game's about to start, guys. Team USA up 39-30 with 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the half.
I think the aggressiveness of the Argentinian defense, and I think that's put the USA on their heels a little bit. and some turnovers, and they haven't quite had the same flow. We have to credit him. Games about adjustments, right? I mean, USA comes out, hits 6 threes in that first quarter, and has a hot start. Argentina has to do something to try and break that rhythm and make it a little bit more difficult for them. And as a result, on the offensive end, they started to get better looks as well.
3 of 5 for USA basketball at Michelob Ultra Arena. They will also take on Australia one more time when Saddiq misses. That'll be on the 16th, and then the Spanish national team will be here on the 18th before USA will go to Japan. Provitola going to deck. Trying to post up Scola. A swarm of USA defenders on Scola, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Louis Scola on a basketball court. He's been out of the NBA for a little bit now. I think the last time I seen Louis Scola on the basketball court is when he had long hair.
Attacking the switches very well into the
It's got a nice cut.
Argentina has got it figured out here in the second quarter.
Getting ready for his 5th Olympic Games, Luis Scola. He was asked recently about how long he will play. He said, when will it end? Maybe a year after the Olympics. This was said last November. He said, only then will I decide what to do. I could stay involved in basketball, but not as a coach, eventually only for young players. So hasn't quite made up his mind on whether he will continue to play.
Mr. Gio says Argentina, post up, post up, post up, post up. I mean, you're not lying, man. They're feeding it down in the post consistently. That is not a lie. What they're trying to do is they're trying to chip away at Team USA. Team USA got out to a hot start. And then Argentina wants to slow this game down and really chip away at Team USA in the paint. And they are doing that to an extent. They have cut the lead down to 9. So it's somewhat working. We'll see if they can keep up this strategy here.
22. Into the game. Goes under the screen.
There you go. Lead up, back up by 12. 42-30. 5:30 left in the second.
Tries to save it in. Place called ball in Virginia.
Corner's name was surprised that he went under. I mean, just an easy. I mean, that's a layup for Lillard.
Way too easy. 39% from 3 with Portland this last year. It's 3rd in the league in scoring. Gets up a lot of attempts and hits some deep threes as well. Officials gonna take a look at something here. Previous play under review.
We got a stoppage of play here. So with that being said, got a lot of comments from Mr. Gio over on YouTube. He's pointing out that Team USA has played way better. They played with a lot of energy.
They're looking to see if
in this first half.
Sportsmanlike foul. Now, there's kind of 5 different scenarios in which an unsportsmanlike foul could be called. It would be 2 free throws in the basketball for USA. One of those instances, not a legitimate attempt to directly play the ball within the spirit and intent of the rule, and unnecessary contact caused by the defensive player in order to stop the progress of the offensive team in transition. So Provitola potentially committing an unsportsmanlike foul here. That's according to the FIBA rulebook definitions. He really didn't try to play the ball.
I'm not sure if I like that foul call.
They get used to kind of a new rulebook.
There's an unsportsmanlike foul being called on Argentina. Like, had that been in the NBA, I don't think that would have been
a bit more severe for the
What it looked like was it looked like an outlet foul where the team on the fast break. If you follow the guy on the fast break, he gets one technical foul. And that's the kind of foul that they're reviewing right now. It's an unsportsmanlike foul, which I'm not sure if that's the equivalent of a flagrant foul or what.
The touching a ball on or above the cylinder, I think, to me,
it's kind of
tic
tic-tac.
Yes.
It's a little bit different.
Do you like that rule?
Man, I couldn't get up there anyway. It didn't affect me at all. Are you kidding me? I didn't care if you could touch it or not. I wasn't touching it ever.
I do think it adds some excitement for sure.
So Zach LaVine will shoot 2 from the free throw line.
Ball scenario. Now you can't touch the rim when you go up to knock it off the rim.
Missed the first, makes the second. 43-30, Team USA. 5 minutes, 15 left in the second quarter.
13-point lead. Argentina's only chipped 1 point off that 14-point first quarter deficit. People are trying to work his way around Draymond Green. Isn't going to be able to do it. Let's Durant fly by. Open, looking high on Ikeman, a former San Antonio Spur, makes some day. Played for Coach Pop for 18 games 2 years back. Defensive miscommunication, Lillard unable to connect.
Team USA up 10, 43-33. Argentina with a 3. That's hit off the back of the iron. Argentina scrambling to get their offensive rebound. KD goes out of bounds trying to save it, and it'll go back to Argentina, it looks like.
I certainly love the hustle from both LaVine and Durant on this play.
Today with Leandro Bomano and friends.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Argentina's got to put up a shot. Stolen.
From the ACB this coming season. We spent last year. Great touch pass to LaVine.
Nice. LaVine down the baseline with the dunk. 45-33. Team USA up 12. 4 minutes left in the half.
The U.S. on the offensive end is just pushing the basketball off of makes off of this, is passing and giving it to players that can make quick decisions. KD, the one with the quick decision, the touch pass to LaVine.
Dave showing off his athleticism, 2-time slam dunk champion. This time from beyond the arc. Working on Arvile, drops it off beautifully. Oh, he will go to the line for 2. Patricio Carino on your screen. He'll check back in.
United States third team foul.
Team foul on USA.
Francisco
Throws for Chaparo. He plays his college ball in the States. Virginia. Redshirted the year the Cavaliers won the national championship. It's about 7-8 minutes per game for Tony Bennett. Knocks them both down. Subs on the floor.
Team USA up 10, 45-35. Argentina made both free throws. Dame bringing it up with a 3. Got it! 48-35.
Again, you go under the screen, and he's going to make you pay as soon as he crosses the half court. That's that kind of range.
It's his third 3 of the game. Of the contest overall for USA and head coach Greg Popovich. Scola falls. Garrido. Might have dragged the pivot foot, but a foul first.
A lot of times, the screen high up on the floor, you will go under. I mean, that's the play. That's the strategy, what you talk about. But I don't know that you can afford to go under on this guy.
Yeah, because Lillard, as he's shown, he can hit where he got screened, where he got the screen. He can hit from that distance as it is. Scola on his downtown range. He hit 4 threes against Australia.
Scola with a 3. Leads up 10 now.
He's calling for the foul there.
We score a nice pick and pop. And Bradley Beal just there to count late on the challenge.
And playing in his 5th Olympics. Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird for USA Women's Basketball playing in their 5th Olympics coming up. You can see the USA Women here in Las Vegas coming up on Friday and Sunday. They take on the Nigerian Women's National Team as well as Australia's Women's National Team. We are at the home arena of the Las Vegas Aces. Free throws good for Draymond.
Jerami hitting his free throws. Team USA up 50-38. Leads back to 12.
Afrodita gets bumped to the deck by Van. That'll be the 15th foul on USA, so free throws for Afrodita.
He's done a solid job. Composite goes out with that injury, and he's come in and really done a good job. Of
Carl seen him with the eye emojis. Carl, if you want to have your name displayed, follow the prompts in the description.
He's delightful though in how he sees the game, his vision for the game, and how he's his style too.
Mr. Gio says he can't lead the national team. I believe he's talking about Louis Scola. Nah, he's definitely a lifer, that's for sure.
Now on Bolmaro, more free throws coming up. This time will be Lillard to the strike.
You try to go under that screen that time.
That's for sure.
Not that time. You got tagged with the foul.
I guess giving up 2 free throws is better than giving up an open 3 to Damian Lillard. He is very dangerous at the line. One of the few people who don't dribble the basketball at the foul line. No wasted motion.
Dame Lillard shooting free throws. Makes the second. Made the first, makes the second.
93% from the strike with the Trailblazers this year.
For the Piston fans out there, everybody knows that Damian Lillard got a new head coach over at Portland with Chauncey Billups. I guess like that. Chauncey Billups will be Damian Lillard's new head coach starting the season.
Argentina now with the advantage. Leah backing down on Draymond. Draymond bothered the shot. Durant. Reno played him as well as he can. Forces a tough shot. Afrodita dribbling into the 3. Come on. Saddiq. Beal tees one up. Ahead to Guerrero. Open look at a 3. That's good. Knocking it down by Cristiano Guerrero. And Argentina within 10. It was a 14-point lead for USA after 1. Argentina hanging tough here in the second. Guerrero has Argentina within 52-42 with 1:16 to go in the first half.
52-42, Argentina just knocking down a 3. Lead was up 13, but Argentina trying to stay in striking distance. Not trying to get too far behind. Team USA was pulling away with this one early in the first quarter, but Argentina has been doing a good job at sticking in this game without falling too far behind. I mean, the most they've fallen down, I believe, is 15. They were really lagging behind here. So, with that said, we got a few comments here from different people. Mr. Gio says they decided to move the ball, and he's talking about Team USA. And yeah, Team USA was definitely started moving the ball here in the throughout the first quarter. No one's really taking a lot of spot up shots. I think the only one that's been just a reliable shooter has been Dame Lillard, in my opinion, from everything that I've seen in the last couple of games. I mean, he's making everything. I mean, I wouldn't say making everything, but I mean, he's making damn near close to everything. And in this game, it's been no different. I mean, he's taking the ball off the dribble and hitting with great accuracy. But I mean, he needs the rest of his team to step up as well. And he's got that this game.
Let's start and put some work in before training camp.
Or you're going to be like a little look and push the back. You have to set it to the referee like it's not do this.
Zach was just trying to familiarize himself with that first step. It's a lot different in international basketball. I was also talking to Bam out of Bio about the rules, and he chuckled and said, in the NBA, you can kind of get away with the travel, but not here. And then, interestingly enough, Damian Lillard was saying his adjustments are coming on the defensive end. Kevin and Kerry, he was saying he can be a bit more physical with his body, but he noticed not so much the hand. Was like, why not?
Thank you, Sarah. That's a good point you bring up. Be a little more physical in game basketball, and that's the reason why you have these 5 tune-up games to really get yourself into that lather, getting ready for FIBA basketball for when it counts in Tokyo. 12-point lead after that last bucket. Not going to be blocked by Jerami Grant. He gets off the ground.
Another big block by Jerami Grant. He caught that one on the perimeter.
Chance for a 2 for 1.
Draymond Green with the dunk, gets past his man, open lane to the basket. Big two-man jam by Draymond Green.
Draymond Green all the way to the hoop and the lead just like that. Back up to 14 for USA.
56-42. Team USA is back up by 14. Argentina was doing a good job at sticking in there. They were really pushing, really just slowing the ball down, trying to grind it out with Team USA. But a few outlet passes and a few turnovers by Argentina, and I mean they're back down by 14 points. They have yet to pull within single digits. Maybe I believe they may have gotten it down to a 9-point lead. But Team USA firmly in front right now. Sort of taking the foot off the pedal a little bit. I mean, they were up by like 15 points at one point. So, but I mean, 10-point lead, 15-point lead. I mean, it is a several possession lead. So I mean, can't complain too much. They're playing a lot better tonight than they were the previous night.
Point shots, just a much better flow, and that's what you would expect. I mean, you want this to be a build, you want this to be an improvement, and you want the trajectory of this team to be on the upswing as they go into Tokyo. And there's no question. Listen, you can't deny that those 2 losses have been painful, and that they've been frustrating, and that this group believes that they should win those games. At the same time, they have to understand that they've got to worry about getting better each day and finding that chemistry. And from game
Argentina with the ball.
From game 2 to game 3, I saw improvement. Now they need to register that improvement to affect the outcome of the game, which is changing those losses to wins.
Stop out of timeout on the turnover. Durant over Scola. The first half on the step back. The hot shooting continues. USA ends the first half 20 of 36 from the field. Much better, 50%. A 16-point lead after 20 minutes for USA.
Oh, great way to close it out. Put the ball in the hand of your best player and let him do work against Luis Scola, Kevin Durant, with an exclamation point to a solid first half for the United States.
And now Kevin Durant is joined by our Zora Stevenson.
Kevin, after a hot start in that first quarter, it seemed like Argentina added some pressure in the second quarter. How do you feel like you all responded to it and then extended the lead?
We responded great. I mean, we still kept our defense intact. We didn't let them cut the lead into the single digits. And we're not going to make shots all the time, but if we continue to guard the way we are, then we'll start to turn course on offense.
Assistant Coach Lloyd Pierce was talking about how impressive the pace was in that first half. What fuels this team's ability just to get out and run?
When we keep the ball in front and we get stops and rebound, then we pretty much can play with a clean slate, open slate on the offensive side of the ball. If we don't get stops, then we got to set up our offense, run a lot of different sets. The guys have done it when they play free and loose, so we got to get stops in order for us to do that.
Thanks so much for the time, Kevin. USA basketball is up at the half. Kevin talked about it. Defense being the key. Coach Puck has emphasized it all training camp.
All right, there you go. Team USA up 14 points. We're going to bring in Sean. Sean, how's the audio?
Hey, can you hear me better now?
Oh, my God, dude. No.
What?
Try yelling. See if you can yell into your phone.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can almost hear you better while you're yelling, but I don't understand what's going on. Do you know what? Do you have any other
Let me check.
recording app on your phone, like something that takes like videos? Like you're recording through your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm just going through my phone on the internet. So I'm looking at these audio settings. It's on default.
Like, what I mean is sometimes when I'm on another recording app on my phone, it interferes with other recording apps. So for example, let's say if I was doing this through my phone and I had Snapchat open, like Snapchat will hog up the resources of my audio while I'm trying to use this like StreamYard application, if that makes any sense. Like, do you have any apps that are open that are like using different audio features?
No, I don't. No, I checked that and I don't. Wait, can you hear me now?
A little better. Go ahead, keep talking.
I can tell you can hear me better because the voice around your photo like amplifies.
There you go. Yeah, I can hear you better now. All right, Sean, welcome back.
I checked the audio settings and it was on default. I set it to speakerphone and I took the echo cancellation and automatic adjusting the mic volume off. So
Okay.
maybe that's what it was.
There you go. Yeah, now you sound a lot better.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sean, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, this was such a process, man.
Right. Yeah. It's just it probably just is whenever someone uses their phone, like you're on your computer, right?
Yeah, I'm on my computer. I got a mic, so yeah, it's a bit of a different process
Right.
going through the phone. But like, you'd think going through the phone would be a little bit more streamlined because, I mean, you pretty much use your phone for everything, and like with all like
Right.
the Zoom calls, like everybody being on Zoom and everybody doing all these other conference calls, you think that it'd be just a little bit more streamlined.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are your thoughts about today's game, man? Kevin
Oh,
Durant, like, what do you have, 14 or 15 points to end the half?
I told you Durant's gonna not only Durant, but like you said, Damian Lillard, and then Bradley Beal,
Mm-hmm.
and Zach LaVine looked pretty good in the starting lineup instead of Tatum or Grant. Grant got a couple minutes in that second quarter at least.
You see how both Grant and Tatum got their minutes cut?
Oh, did you saw my message about Tatum, right?
No. What? Go ahead and update us.
He has an injured knee. Like I said, remember he was like he had that brace on his knee. His knee's actually in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they don't know what's wrong with his knee, but that's why he was kind of just going through the motions the last 2 games.
Well, I
So
mean, the offense looks a lot better without Tatum, to be honest with you.
yeah, then that's just because he wasn't 100% healthy. So he won't be playing at all today, and I think he's questionable for the next couple games.
Well, maybe that's good. Maybe I wonder, like, when a player gets hurt, like for example, when Isaiah Stewart got hurt during training for these Olympic Games. I wonder
Right.
if like their team calls, like the Pistons, call down to the Olympics and be like, "Yo, take it easy on Stewart. You know, if you don't have to, if you don't want him on the team, don't force him to be on the team," kind of deal. I'm wondering if the same thing's going on with Brandon Tatum. Is that he got hurt, tweaked his knee, and like the Boston Celtics are calling, being like, "Hey,
Yeah, no,
don't put him in this game. Like, take him out."
yeah. Plus, the training probably just started.
Sean, you went muffled again, man.
Can you hear me?
No,
You can't hear me?
no, you went muffled.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, you're
Whoa.
muffled. You're still muffled. Go work on those audio. Work on that audio setting. See if you can get it back. You sounded good there for a minute. All right, so Sean's working on his audio settings. What I was going to say is that Team USA needs to get the guys that they're relying on, like Kevin Durant, specifically Kevin Durant. Honestly, him having kind of off nights these last few games has really affected the team because most of these guys are looking for him to score and for him to like really carry the load. And when he's like disinterested or not wanting to play or just kind of there going through the motions, it's like really affecting the team's the way the team's playing because everybody's like kind of leaning on him. And if not leaning on him, they're leaning on Dame Lillard. And honestly, Dame Lillard has not been so bad, man. He's played pretty good these last couple of games. He just needs to have other guys step up and help him carry the load. And then, not to mention, I don't remember who said this, but a lot of these teams are gunning for Team USA. They know they're the big dog in the yard, and they want to do their best to beat them. And I got to imagine a lot of these teams have been preparing all year to play Team USA. And it's a weird kind of a it's kind of a weird situation because Team USA, a lot of these guys, and I kind of mentioned this the other day, a lot of these guys are not like looking forward to playing on the world stage all year round. A lot of these guys, what they're looking forward to is playing in the NBA Finals. If they have a really good team, a lot of these guys come from pretty good teams. So it's a little bit of a different standpoint. So Team USA has got to get up to play. I believe Sean was coming back. Go ahead and come back, Sean. See if we can get you in here. All right. What do you got for us, Sean?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Still a little muffled.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like even you kind of like raising your voice there, it's still muffled. I'm not sure what you did prior, man. What you did previously, I could hear you fine.
I don't know what I did. I'm trying to make it better.
There you go. Hold on. Go ahead, keep talking.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes on your phone, I think the mic audio it kind of just messes up. Maybe if I try to use headphones next time I join.
Well, see if you can find a pair of headphones.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more until the game comes back on, and then I'll join. I'll just probably join after the game.
Okay.
But
I'd probably
yeah,
be on for only a few minutes after the game. So if you can
yeah,
find them and then join me after the game, that'll work too.
yeah. We can just briefly go over the game, but hopefully they come out the third quarter with that same intensity.
Right. So now that I got you and your audio's fine, I'm gonna do a little less talking and let you try to squeeze in as much talking as you can. So what do you think about Kevin Durant and Dame Lillard and kind of the things I was saying about the team leaning on them?
Right, right. Like we were talking about with Kevin Durant, him and Damian Lillard stepping up to really take the lead on the scoring and making sure they have that lead against Argentina. I think that really was the difference of this game versus the past two games where maybe they weren't as efficient or making as much as shots they needed to be where they are this game. And I think that really shows leadership as well with Damian, Kevin, and even Bradley Beal. He's showing and Zach Levine's getting buckets too.
So Mr. Geo on YouTube, he says, "I'm curious about the USA second half. They were way worse in the second half, and he doesn't know why." I've noticed that too. A lot of these games, they come out playing pretty decently well, and then for whatever reason, that third quarter they start losing steam, and then it seems like in the fourth quarter they've let these teams come back, tie the game, take the lead, and now they're fighting to get back into the game. Team USA is.
Right. Yeah. I think Mr. Gio is making a very good point because this second half is really going to determine how this game goes. And the last two games, it hasn't been good, and we're just hoping for a good second half because we really don't want to see another loss.
I'm thinking it's just because again, I don't think a lot of these guys I don't think really come to play in the Olympics. I don't really think Kevin Durant is coming to the Olympics and thinking I need to give it my all, because I'm representing Team USA. And because of that, they feel like they got the game wrapped up in the bag in the first half, and then they come in the second half and they look sluggish.
Right. Where Nigeria and Australia took advantage of that the last two games. So hopefully Durant comes out with the same intensity in the first half because obviously we've seen him just kind of fold a little bit. So,
Besides Luis Scola on Argentina, we brought him up yesterday because we weren't sure if he was on the national team or not.
yeah,
He's in there. He looks like they're trying to really feed him the ball. But besides Luis Scola, is there any Argentina players that you see that look like NBA talent?
just Campazzo and
Campazzo, yeah, he's actually on the team.
yeah, he basically just him, and then maybe a couple other guards might have some potential NBA talent, but I don't really see anybody too much. I don't see any individual players that are standing out where USA is having multiple players stand out on offense,
Let's see. First half or second half is about to start here.
Right.
Mr. Gio says Argentina looked so weaker than all the other three teams, and I think
Right.
he's responding to my comment about how Argentina was supposed to be ranked one of the top teams in the nation or in the world as far as
Yep.
their basketball program goes.
Yeah, and obviously they're just not having a good Good run as a team. They probably need a couple more stronger players, but you never know. I mean, the last 2 games, USA kind of folded in the second half, so hopefully they don't do that this second half.
Now, I think I think it was Argentina. They lost. I think I seen they lost to Australia, and they also lost to Nigeria. I think that was like the big one that
Yep.
the big loss that they took was to Nigeria. Everybody was shocked by it. I think that was the game that you were talking about. Jahlil Okafor getting significant playing time and doing a number of things on the court that you don't normally see him do.
Right. Yeah, they lost to Nigeria by almost 30. Okafor put up 14 or 15. So yeah, they're just hoping they get the lead at least within 5 to 10 points. But I just saw halftime team stats. Argentina's 5 for 17 from 3. So the difference is 3-point shooting between these two teams.
Speaking of 3-point shooting, Mr. Gio says they were ranked that high because they're shooting. Every single player can shoot the 3, and they aren't shooting it. Kind of going back to what you said. So people are expecting them to rein them in from long range, and they're really just not having a good outing right now.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
All right, so second half starting up. Team USA with the ball, 58-42.
Well, by the Argentinians, and there's a foul trying to cut through the screen, Gabriel Cadet. Ultra Arena inside Mandalay Bay. It's home of the Aces of the WNBA, having another great season. And now alongside Jared Lawson and Zoe Stevenson. Going inside Bio. Bam. Back up in
In between 2 Argentina defenders, and then just to stay with it. He had the athleticism and size advantage, but just
50-42. Team USA up 18.
Now Zach Levine got caught in the air, thought he was going to take a shot, and then ended up passing to him. Watch this catch. I mean, just there's it in between. Campazzo's right there, the outside defender. Strong bench, right of Bio.
Good to see Campazzo back in there after getting banged up in the first half. This is Scola at the strike. Missed a couple of free throws in the first half. And almost missed that one. Scola played the last 2 years professionally in Italy. Very solid league. It's almost 18 games in Italy this year. Still doing it in his 40s. Durant showing some great leadership here with USA in Game 3. The field runs it up and in. Strong finish from Beal.
Yeah, he utilizes his strength advantage, but more importantly, the size advantage against Campazzo on that drive.
Maximo Fierro in for the first time, number 2 for Argentina.
18-point lead right now for Team USA.
Bam got it.
That's a blocked shot by Bam. Bam now taking it full court, kicks it out to Dame Lillard in the corner. KD will shoot the 3, knocking it down. Team USA up 21 points. 8 minutes, 25 left in the third.
17 in each of his first 2 games. He's got 17 already tonight. Scola trying to draw the foul, finished nicely off the glass instead. So crafty, Karen.
19-point lead,
A low down.
65-46.
There's Luis Scola, but the player on the court that's the most difficult to stop is Kevin Durant. And he looks to make the extra pass and then realizes the size advantage that he has up there on the perimeter. And very composed. See Luis Scola. That some of the shots that he takes or they go in looking improbable, but people don't realize he's been doing that for 25 years. They're not improbable. It's just how he scores.
Playing professionally since he was a teenager. That's rattled down nicely by Bam Adebayo, 2020 All-Star. Bazo threw it on the sideline. Bounced out of play. Back to USA. Sergio Hernandez. Too pleased with the way things are going thus far. Argentina to the Olympics before. Late clock for Levine and friends. The Chicago Bull beats the buzzer, but defended well.
Scola going the length of the court, flicked it off the front of the rim on a layup. And Abayo runs the floor in the opposite way. 69-46, Team USA.
The lowest man on the court, underneath the rim, defending the Scola miss layup, and then sprints the right lane.
This is going to be a turnover. This one's going back to Team USA with a 23-point lead.
I think it's really important that he does that. He does it on the defensive end pretty naturally. I think on the offensive end, he can continue to do things like this: out sprint, out jump, out roll the offensive on the offensive end, the centers that he's going against. That's going to be what his advantage is when he gets over to the Olympics. There it is.
Abayo on the pick and roll. Can't finish that time. Stop it. That's from Durant. Gabriel Deck gets to his spot and gets it to go down. Foul line, check it good. Gabriel Deck. And bam, you just mentioned it, Carol. Running the floor, throwing it down, beating everyone down the court. Well, I'm driving Coach crazy from the Argentinian side of things.
Sometimes it's just a function of someone being faster, and Bam is faster. So when he runs at his top speed, he's going to be able to beat him down the court.
Deal got the deflection, but it got through, and Deal goes and hits the side of the backboard. Lillard. Bam. Can't move the other way. Pushing the pace off one foot. No, Joseph flies in. New York Nick. Up top, Facundo Campazzo missing. You want to say? Getting out in transition. Again.
I'm just running the floor out, running Scola on that, and was able to continue to get the easy points and stretch out the lead for the USA. The passing, the shooting, running the floor. This is more like the team we thought we'd see.
All right, there you go. Team USA is out. 71-48. They're really pulling away from Argentina in this one. Argentina, they don't look like they got the size, man. To be quite honest with you, a lot of the guys on the team, they look like guards. They look like point guards and shooting guards, for the most part. So, and not surprisingly, the guys that are in the NBA minus Luis Scola, who's a forward. Mind you, he's probably the oldest one on the team. You can just tell by his look. He's just kind of the older veteran on the team. But with that being said, all their guys look like big guards, small point guards. I mean, there's not really a lot of size on Argentina, and even with that, those are it's the guards that are actually in the NBA. So. Argentina's sporting a lot of small talent. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs point guards and shooting guards, but they're really lacking size. So, I mean, you got Kevin Durant, pretty much shooting over everybody on that team. No one's really got the length to guard him. And it's going to cause mismatch problems. So right now, Team USA up 71-48, 5:19 left in the third quarter. And the game is going to start now.
So far, it's so good for USA, Karen.
Yeah, they've been more they've flown around a little bit more against Argentina on the defensive end. And when you're flying around a little bit more and you're challenging shots close, it's going to have an impact. It's going to have an impact on the shooting percentage. And a lot of deflections, even that play where it ends up being an open corner three, you see the extra effort by Beal on a couple times, right? Getting the deflection, but then also getting himself back into the play. So that's been good. I thought both teams needed a blow there before that timeout. I thought both teams were pretty tired. And now we'll see them come out with some energy, some substitutions here for the USA with Darius Garland and Draymond Green in the game.
Here's Draymond. To the hoop. Header hoop. All right, for the rebound. Score. It's fouled from behind by Levine.
Comes from the United States for Saddiq Levine. That's his third personal. USA basketball second team foul.
So Faku will throw it in. Turnaround doesn't go for Scola.
71-48. Team USA has got the ball back. Draymond in the paint, feeds it to Zach LaVine for the two-hand dunk, cutting in the middle of the paint. Big dunk. 73-48. 4 minutes 20 left in the third.
Backing down on Lillard and gets the roll through the rim.
The NBA runs a lot of that post-split action. So Draymond very comfortable at home with that. Levine with a nice hard aggressive cut. The athleticism of Levine on full display on that play.
3-point play opportunity here for Scola.
Skola's at the line. He'll shoot one.
Scola with 15 in this game.
Sean Walker pointing out that Zach LaVine and those double clutch dunks are nice. I mean that cut that he made was beautiful. Right down the middle of the lane. Guy trailing him, beat his guy, got an easy dunk, and it was a great find by Draymond Green to get him an easy dunk.
That's the offense. Same position. 10 assists on 27 makes. Lillard contested. Baza. Brusino. It's an outside. Brusino, another guy with NBA experience before. The Argentinians played with the Haas and Mavericks.
Ball batted out of bounds by Argentina. USA will get the ball out of bounds, 73-51. Scores up 22 with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third. Oh, Garland, nice take. Cannot finish. Good steal. Draymond Green diving to the floor to get the ball.
Defensively, yep. Took a piece of it. I'm probably not happy with the call. I'm not sure why. He clearly tripped Draymond on his way to an open gun.
See why Draymond takes out all defensive player, 2017 defensive player of the year. Garland off the Draymond three.
Big three by Garland, knocking that one down. 76-51.
Basketball. D'Elia rolling inside and one.
Kevin Durant, they don't bring an extra defender, but screen on Campazzo, and it gives Darius Garland an open look at the basket.
Really nice screen set by Draymond. Garland, 40% three-point shooter with the Cavaliers this past season. So we see D'Elia at the line. Cheer professionally in Italy. Keldon Johnson trying to surge inside. It's off him. Nope, off Argentina. What a pass inside. Johnson can't give him the assist, but he does get the 2 points.
So good. Thank you, Durant.
Oh man, nice move. Couldn't hit the
We
three.
don't talk enough about his passing just in general. I don't know how he saw him there. Garland steps back. Also pushing the pace.
Pazzo trying to be really active right now on the offensive end of the ball. Big three.
Nicely done by Luka of the New York Knicks.
78-57. Team USA up.
Bradley Beal to the hoop. D'Elia seizing the rebound. Argentina hitting the end of the third quarter on a positive note. This thing under 20. Plenty of time. Make a move. Vildoza. Oh, yeah. That was spicy.
Vildoza, member of the New York Knicks, is probably the only current NBA player. Campazzo may be the other one. Two on Argentina.
Foul on Vildoza and Draymond Green.
Vildoza, that's his second consecutive three.
Draymond to the ground.
15 foul means Draymond shooting freebies. Durant gets a nice round of applause.
When we look at the picture, you know, we talked about the U.S. playing a solid half last night against Australia. It's one of the best teams in the world. And now we're up to a solid 3 quarters.
Yep.
And so that's moving in the right direction. You know, we'll see if they can put together a full game. But there are no shortage of challengers and contenders here in Las Vegas. The road doesn't get easier for them on the way to Tokyo, and I think that's a good thing because putting together 4 quarters versus the top in the world is really hard to do. I mean, you're able to do that. You come away with a gold medal.
Exactly. And certainly steps in the right direction for USA here in Las Vegas. That'd be a 19-point lead. Argentina's number 4 team in the country. So you might think USA's making it look easy. Doing gets a really good side. While Pablo Valet get hit. A run out for USA. Levine, Garland for 2.
Garland putting the USA up back 21 points, 81-60.
Back up to 21. Versino, nice bounce pass about it. A 5 to 6 second difference between the 2 timers. Beal operating, setting up. up Darius Garland.
Darius Garland with a miss in the corner. Argentina has the ball with 3 seconds remaining. Capazzo shoots it off balance, misses. Team USA will go into the fourth quarter, 81-62.
So good for USA. Of 19 on Argentina. Durant for 3. And in transition. Bradley Beal with a strong finish inside. We'll be back for the fourth. USA extending its halftime edge.
All right, so Team USA going into the final quarter with a big lead. I'm going to get to some comments here. Mr. Gia says, I told you Argentina and Italy have no centers. I mean, they may not even have any power forwards, to be quite honest with you. Argentina, it really feels like they're playing a bunch of guards. The forwards out there look like guards, just look like big shooting guards. The biggest guy on the court for them is Luis Scola. And don't get me wrong, Luis Scola is a big guy. But, I mean, he's pretty much the biggest guy on the team, it looks like. And in the NBA, he's just kind of a big-bodied power forward, even somewhat of a small forward in some ways. So, yeah, they're just really lacking a lot of size. Now, I do like their guards, though, even though a lot of them are not – even though it feels like a lot of them are guards, they move around nicely. So – but, I mean, I guess it's kind of expected for a guard. It's kind of like the bare minimum you need for a guard to be able to just, like, run up and down the court. So, I mean, they got their guards are nice. We'll put it that way. But they need other parts of their team. And you can start seeing why they're getting smacked around by other teams, especially like a team like Nigeria. Like, people are shocked they got beat by Nigeria, but Nigeria's got some size, man. Not only do they got good guards, but they also got some size. I think we talked about Precious Achua the other day, and dude's big, man. He's lengthy. He's over here challenging Kevin Durant at the rim and whatnot. So you can see why they're getting bullied around. They're lacking a lot of size. All right, the broadcast is about to come on. We're about to start the fourth quarter here. Team USA with a big lead, probably the biggest of the entire scrimmages. Yeah, a lot of these games have been competitive up until this point.
What you want to be able to, in a variety of ways offensively, and you want to utilize all the players that you have, all the weapons that you have out on the court. You want to be able to utilize them. So all of those buckets, all those three highlights, 3 different guys scoring the ball for the USA.
So time for Argentina to make a push here, but it's going to have to start soon. Up top, Fender flies by. Gil Johnson gets back to bother the Brusino inept. Beal back from Draymond. Beal will go to the line as he's sacked by Brusino.
So we can go on down the list on the roster at who's looked better tonight versus the previous 2 nights. And I think Draymond's been excellent defensively, which we've come to expect from somebody that's just attacked that side of the floor at a high level. But certainly his passing, the way he's conducting the team from this position, I think he's played really well tonight on defense.
He really has. And even though USA as a team perhaps didn't defend fantastically down the stretch against Nigeria and Australia, he did have some big defensive plays late in those games. We might not see a late game situation here for USA to improve in those tight scenarios, but overall, really nice job here tonight by both Draymond and the team overall. Ardito on the drive. Gets around Draymond, who chases it down from behind, blocks the shot. That's a shot clock violation. It looked like Vitola had gotten around Draymond, but he made up for it with his length.
The Argentinian side complaining that the ball hit the rim. I didn't see it on that highlight.
I didn't see it either. It will be USA basketball. Kevin Love back in for another tour of duty as Darius Garland goes to the bench. And Vitola, Allie Beal on the inbounds pass. Here's Levine, gets around Bruce.
What is that? Anybody hear that? Throw it! That was a big dunk by Zach Levine. One hand jam. Put the guy on the poster. Big dunk.
Just got put on the ground by Levine. And the free throw to boot.
USA up 24, 86-62. 8 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game.
Drifter, foul, and Johnson on the floor. Get back in here for Draymond. It's been a great all-around game thus far. That's already the fourth team on Argentina. They are an aggressive team defensively, and USA the potential to shoot a lot of free throws here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you wonder some of that's not just a little frustration.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened after the great defensive possession by one of the fouls up by USA, and then there. I mean, if you have to temper that aggression with being smart too. Right? Like aggression needs to be married with intelligence, and you can't just do it without having some thinking going through it. And if you're trying to climb back, although it's probably a low chance that you come back in this game, certainly putting USA in the bonus is not going to be your way to a comeback.
Shooting free throws from here on out. Not going to beat the left. Hands it off. Late clock for Bomano. Sizing up for Levine. Knocked away by Beal. Nice touch pass into the corner. Keldon Johnson, no good. Talia running the floor next to kind of snuck behind the defense and lays it in. Hill around the Love screen, picking on. This is what Kevin Love can provide in Tokyo. Not that time. Gets back and contests that shot. 3 on 2. The alley-oop. Just a little too far off the mark for Keldon Johnson.
Thanks, a little bit free and loose here.
7 minutes remaining. Team USA up 22 points. 86-64.
Argentina on the drive. Bomano, the escape dribble. Here comes Bale. Backing down by Led. Rosito would help D, and now officially USA in the bonus. It was in the act anyway, so 2 free throws for Bradley Beal.
Great patience by Bradley. Looks like he's got a cut on his hand. on his right hand have been part of the foul when they break down on him.
He's going to have to get that looked at.
Returning to the United States, number 9.
How have you seen him improve here in these 3 games in Vegas, Kara?
I think what's natural is that when you're on a team with really talented players, is that you're not going to dominate in the way that you do with your own team. And I think this is true not just of Bradley, I think it's true of a lot of the players on the team. And so you're trying to figure out, hey, kind of where do I fit in? Where can I make an impact in the game? And so it feels like they're starting to figure that out amongst one another. And that's something that you can't just write down and say, hey, you do this. You have to play and learn it in the midst of great competition. Not good competition, in the midst of great competition, you figure that stuff out. And, those 2 losses, I do think they figured some things out. And that doesn't mean that they're done figuring stuff out. There's still more to figure out. But
Saddiq Bey getting into the game with 6 minutes 40 seconds left. This is his first appearance since playing against Nigeria in the 4th quarter.
And so I think all of them have looked more comfortable tonight. And it certainly helps when you're shooting, at the level that they're shooting in this game. But, I expected to see them continue to grow while they're here in Las Vegas. And to this point, they've done that.
Gill missing the first free throw. He's got 16. Saddiq Bey checking in for the first time in this contest. Had a great rookie season with the Detroit Pistons. First team all rookie for Detroit.
Jerami Grant is also back on the court as well.
Shot creator for others on this team. O'Maro gets to the elbow and scratches it there.
So a few Detroit Pistons making an appearance here late in the 4th quarter.
Love wants it. Neal looking around to win. Nice cut by Kevin Love. A little 2-man game there.
Hopefully, it's a positive reinforcement, to the team and to the players. And obviously, this is a group of hardened professionals. I mean, they've experienced losing streaks before. They've experienced tough times in their careers before. You don't make it to the level that they are at and not experience those types of things and know how to compartmentalize and know how to push through it. But it does feel good. It does feel good to have a solid performance. And to this point in the game, it's been that for the U.S.
Team USA up 87-66. Kevin Love at the line to shoot 2.
Relieve the pressure at all a little bit going forward?
I don't know that it relieves the pressure. I think it just affirms that they're heading in the right direction and that there's still more work to do, but they're in a positive trend. And that's what I would say for this game and this potential win is that they're moving in a good direction.
DeLitt backing down the slow Lillard. Not Rodrigo on a nice bounce pass with his
Big block by Jerami Grant at the rim. Jerami Grant feeds it to Bradley Beal in the corner, can't knock it down. 88-66. Argentina down 22. Saddiq Bey trying to save the ball from going out of bounds. It'll be out on him.
This game, once in the first half, once in now the second half, Jerami Grant has come from behind.
Jerami
and
Grant.
erased the shot.
That's the second block tonight by Jerami Grant.
The crowd has gotten going here in this 4th quarter with a couple highlight plays. I mean, the Levine dunk and a Jerami Grant block.
O'Maro a 3, knocks it down. Argentina with it, 20, still 5 and change the play. Good ball movement.
Saddiq Bey in the corner for 3. Can't hit it. Jerami Grant batting it out to Dame Lillard. He'll shoot the 3. That's off the front of the rim. Argentina has the ball, bringing it up court. Floater. Can't get it to go. In and out. Rebounded by Bradley Beal.
In attack mode.
Lillard to Bay. Bay back to Lillard. Lillard for 3. That's in and out. Still 88-68. Team USA up 20. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
A 20-point. A lot of highlights in this one. Perhaps none more impressive than this from Zach LaVine. Punching it down on one Pablo Ballet. USA extending the lead in the fourth.
All right, so Team USA up 20 points. As you've seen, Saddiq Bey and Jerami Grant finally getting some burn here in the fourth quarter. Saddiq Bey, I believe, had one shot. He had one shot in the corner, missed it. Jerami Grant, he had a big block. I want to say he's had 3, but for sure he had 2 because he had one block shot at the rim earlier in the game, and then he had a similar one just now a few minutes ago. And then I want to say he had a third one where he got a block along the perimeter against one of the Argentina's smaller players. He just rose up and blocked it. So I know for sure he has 2, but he could have 3. So Jerami Grant showing his ability to play defensively around the rim. And we also got Saddiq Bey, who's finally getting some burn. Hopefully Damian Lillard and who else am I thinking of? I think that was Draymond on the court. Hopefully they leave and it'll give some more younger guys some time to shine, and you'll get to see Saddiq Bey take more shots. To be quite honest with you, with Devin Booker and Chris Middleton, guys like that occupied in the NBA Finals right now, it's kind of fortunate that it's giving Saddiq Bey a chance to play. So with more guys that are currently on the roster that are veterans taking seats, while this league grows, hopefully it will allow Saddiq Bey to get a chance to take more shots. Game starting. Saddiq Bey still in, and Jerami Grant still in. Bradley Beal and Draymond Green are in the game with Zach LaVine as well. So what I want to see is Bradley Beal. I'm sorry, that's Bama Bayou. I want to see Bradley Beal taking out the game. Hopefully, it'll open up some more shots for Saddiq Bey.
Lazo will throw it for Argentina. The lid. 5 to shoot.
Big block by Bama Bayou.
In addition to the man block, so free throws come up for former San Antonio Spurs.
USA basketball's 4th team foul. Nicolas
at the line. 2 free throws. His mother ran for president of Argentina in 2015. Did not win the vote. Got a little more than 3% of the vote. Don't cry for her, Argentina. The Nicolas doing well, and great professional career for Nicolas.
Argentina kind of lead down to 18. 88-70.
free throws for USA.
The foul, not prohibido.
He's shooting freebies from here on out.
Zach LaVine making the first. 89-70.
Jared, what have you liked about LaVine's progression as an NBA player?
The first thing I like is confidence. I mean, he plays with a great deal of confidence in himself and in his abilities, and you have to have that, and I think he's continued to grow as a player. So he came in with the athleticism being his most dominant trait as a player, and it became scoring, and then he continues to evolve with playmaking and carrying a load last year that we hadn't seen him carry in terms of leading a team to wins and being there every single night. And that culminated with an all-star appearance, which I thought was very well deserved.
Career high 27 per game for the Bulls last year. They were in the playoff discussion for a good chunk of the season.
Ooh, nice snifty move by Zach LaVine, cutting to the rim, getting the finger roll to go. 92-70. Team USA up 22 points. 3 minutes 15 left in this game. Pazzo looked like he was hit, trying to drive to the lane. I'm not sure where he hit him, but Campazzo drawing the foul on Bradley Beal.
Great career in Spain before making his way to the United States. Was considered a top 5 pick and roll player in the world at the time of his arrival with the Denver Nuggets. Here's Joshua Jett, longtime G Leaguer. Also has some NBA experience. 26 games, so that's the number on his chest. Has played with the Atlanta Hawks and Orlando Magic.
Joshua Jett entering the game. That's a deep dive into the bench for Team USA.
Got a lot of bio. Knocked out by Campazzo. So 8 to shoot here for USA.
Saddiq Bey for 3. That's off the back of the rim, but he'll go to the line to shoot 3. He was fouled. So Saddiq Bey will go to the line to shoot 3.
Some unnecessary fouls on both ends here. And honestly, the outcomes in hand. Bam, Adebayo, and Zach LaVine are going to get a well-deserved break. Solid performances by both of them tonight.
Bam got it started with that alley-oop. Put USA on the board, and they've been soaring since. So Love back in. Also in for the first time, John James.
So with Bradley Beal and Bam Adebayo going out, the Team USA is looking to dive deep in the bench right now. So this should open up some playing time and some shots for Saddiq Bey and Jerami Grant. Saddiq Bey made all 3 free throws. 95-71. Team USA is up with 2 minutes 40 seconds left in the game. Oh, big block by Saddiq Bey.
Campazzo, driving dish into the corner.
Jerami Grant
A little strong.
went in the air to try to block that one.
Joshua Jett gets the screen. Fans want him to shoot. The deep one. He catches it in.
Joshua Jett, long 3, 98-71. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
move, draws the foul on Love. Joshua Jett giving the fans what they want, a deep three. Giving USA a 27-point lead, 98-71 with under 2 minutes to go.
A minute 54 left in the game. The crowd was wanting Joshua Jett to shoot that shot. Probably took away a shot from Saddiq Bey. But he reined it in, got the shot to go. Sean Walker says Joshua Jett sniped it from 3. He's a G League baller. Team USA dived deep to get him off the bench, him and Jenkins. So it's good to see them get some burn, because that means that it likely means that Saddiq Bey will start taking more shots, especially with Bradley Beal off the court. Bam Adebayo also off the court as well. So hopefully we'll get to see more burn from Saddiq Bey. Also Jerami Grant too. Jerami Grant reached into the heavens to get that block in the corner. He might have got a hand on it. The ball did hit rim, so I'm not quite sure. But I mean, it looked like he engulfed that guy. It was a possession before this last one. So we'll get to see the Pistons play some now that some of the starters are out on the bench and USA's got a healthy lead here. Let's see. Let me read some comments here. Sean Walker says he didn't even know that Josh Magette was even on the team. Honestly, I didn't know he was on the team. I didn't know Jenkins was on the team either. There's a few guys on Team USA I didn't know that were here. So it's good to see some new faces, get some burn. Hopefully, oh man, I think they took out Saddiq Bey. Game's starting now, and Argentina's shooting free throws. I believe he's shooting 3. I think Saddiq Bey got pulled. That's a shame. That really is a shame. I really want to see him finish out this game. It doesn't look like it. Him and Jerami Grant look like they got pulled from the game. Oh, that's a shame. They pulled both Jerami Grant and Saddiq Bey.
Team USA before, America Cup qualifiers. So he has some Team USA experience.
Ooh, good move.
For Minnesota Timberwolves. Also played with the Milwaukee Bucks on a 2-way contract. I'd say they're going on Houston. He's been around the league a little bit. Propitola gets fouled. Minnesota's at the century mark.
Correct read. Defender gets above him and just back cuts towards the basket. Excellent find by Kevin Love.
Kevin Love, solid passer. First and 2.
Love shouldn't even be on the court, man. I'm a little disappointed they pulled Jerami Grant and Saddiq Bey.
Against Australia, Patty Mills hits that shot.
Like, what is Love doing on the court right now? I'm irritated, man. I really want to see them close out this game. It's 174. Team USA does crack the century mark here. Big 3. I think that was Sean that predicted this would be a high-scoring game.
I mean, they were dominated by Nigeria there in the second half, and the U.S. really from the start has had control of this game.
Yeah, lost to Nigeria by 23, 94-71, now down 29. Campazzo lets it rip. South of 16 to go in this one. John Jenkins on the lead pass from the Jet. The former first-round pick who played on a few different NBA teams.
105-74.
Phoenix, Dallas, the Wizards. 105-77.
40 seconds remaining in the game.
Got to be a cool opportunity here for these select players. A chance to play an exhibition game on the Olympics here, the likes of Matthias, who you see on your screen.
Mr. Gio, I want you to say that louder for the people in the back.
Jenkins, Reynolds, and company. That would help. Team USA.
Big three, man. John Jenkins is reining him in, man.
Back in his day, collegiately. Fazo. Nice pullback. Back-to-back threes for Faku.
Both teams just letting it rip for three with the last 40 seconds of the game here.
And looks like Majan will just dribble it out. This is what the folks were expecting starting on Saturday. It took until Tuesday, but the USA is victorious with the 108-80 triumph over Argentina. A much better performance. We talked about needing to see improvement from game to game to game, and that's exactly what we saw from USA here today.
Yeah, we saw tonight 3.5 quarters of really good basketball against a solid team in Argentina. So they have to feel really good. You see the smile on Greg Popovich's face. Feels good to be on the winning side of the outcome for the first time here in Las Vegas for the men's national team. And now two very tough opponents later in the week. When you talk about the likes of Spain, and you talk about the likes of Australia again. So some opportunities to continue to show growth and see if they can't do it against some of the best teams in the world.
Australia again on Friday, then Spain on Sunday, then it is off to Tokyo. Balanced scoring effort for USA basketball today. These five in double figures: Durant, Beal, Levine, Adebayo, and Lillard. All of them looking good. Durant and Beal leading the way with 17 apiece. And we are joined by one of those five in double figures as Zora Stevenson has Bam Adebayo.
Bam, I'm going to ask for some early analysis here. What was the biggest difference in the way you all played today compared to those first two exhibitions?
More intensity. We really honed in on the defensive side and just really locked in.
The offense looked more fluid. What was it actually like out there, though?
We was just playing basketball, man. Just reading off each other, making plays, and that's our gift.
Making shots also helps, too. Okay, Zach LaVine's dunk in the fourth quarter. How much hype does your teammate deserve for that one?
He deserves a 10. We haven't had a body yet, so it's good to finally get one. I'm glad it was Zach.
Thanks for the time, Bam.
Thank you.
All right, Sean, you there?
Hey, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Great,
All right.
great win.
Yeah, so what'd you think of the team finishing out strong? What do you think?
Oh, I'm just happy to see a win, to be honest. Like you said, a little disappointing that they took Saddiq Bey, especially him out. I get why they kind of took Grant out, but to keep Kevin Love in there, you could have left Saddiq Bey in there. I mean, I guess positions didn't really matter at that point.
I mean, especially against a team like Argentina. I mean, dude, none of these guys are really that big. All of the Argentina players are pretty small. I mean, and then Kevin Love, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't got a problem with Kevin Love. I just feel like he's one of those veterans that, like this is for the young. This is for the young guys, man. Like it is. This game is for, or these games are for players like Saddiq Bey, that young, you know. So let him play.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But it was nice to see Kevin Love out there earlier, rebounding the ball and playing defense to relieve Bam Adebayo, where Bam Adebayo stepped up. We were talking how he didn't have that hustle and intensity of the first two games, and he stepped up big this game, and he really showed on the court. The fast break, defense, he'd running from one end to the other, getting layups and dunks. The starting five for USA, I think they played really well, those five together.
Yeah, you were saying that a guy like Bam Adebayo probably needs to step up a little bit more, and you've seen that today.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty big. I like the fact that some of these guys. I mean, it's not just Dame Lillard making big plays, and it's not just Kevin Durant. Too many guys just relying on him to make big plays. A lot of guys stepped it up, but to be honest with you, Bam Adebayo probably towers over a lot of these guys, man. I mean, there's no way Argentina had that much size to cover Bam Adebayo, Kevin Durant, even a guy like Zach LaVine is probably a little bigger than some of the guys they had on the court.
Yeah, and I think Popovich still gave him a little edge, which putting Levine in there instead of Grant, where Grant a little bit taller, more length, so maybe they would have struggled more, or maybe that would have clogged the perimeter with him and Kevin Durant. So maybe that's why Popovich put the move in to start Levine over Jerami Grant. But I would have liked to see Jerami Grant play a little bit more. Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, 108-80. That's a great victory.
I think they had a great. I think they played great, man. This is a YouTube or Facebook comment from Dali Brahma.
Yep.
I'm not even sure if I pronounced that right, but they look much better, man. I would say so. I would say Team USA looked a lot better, just overall. But right out the gate, they were dominating, and they really didn't let off the foot off the gas. I mean, there was parts of I want to say that was the third quarter where Argentina was trying to fight back. They're trying to bring it in within 10. They're trying to bring it under 10, but Team USA kept on stretching it out. Every time they brought it in within 10, they kept on stretching it out to 12, to 14, to 15. Eventually, Argentina just could not just hold on.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened there. Kevin Durant came out strong again in the third, which we were looking for, and then Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, and Zach LaVine do what they do, and they were hitting shots as well. But another player that stepped up was Zach LaVine as well. I mean, his cutting ability, his passing and dribbling, his defense, his quickness, his scoring, just all around, he had a good game.
How about this guy? I'm gonna bring up a comment here. How about this guy? Mr. Gio says Draymond, one of the best USA players in these games. What do you think?
Out of the last 3 games, defensively, yes. Offensively, not really the last 2 games, but he was better offensively today.
Yeah, I mean, Draymond's really hit or miss. I mean, I think last game, like if you're talking about offense, I think he's really hit or miss.
Right.
Because last game, I think the graphic showed like he was really the only one that was really given a real solid defensive effort all last game. But then the graphic came up that he had 2 points. I'm like, why would they highlight the 2 points that he has when he's playing a great defensive game? Like show some of his blocks. I think in that game he had like 3 or 4 blocks, but they show the 2 points that he scored.
Right, yeah, that's unfortunate that they can't show the defensive stats sometimes. Like Jerami Grant got 2 amazing blocks, and they were just as impactful as Levine's dunks.
What did you? Speaking of Jerami Grant's blocks, how many blocks did you count from him?
I think it was just 2, right?
I had 3.
Oh,
I had 2.
Maybe
Which 2 do you remember?
I just remember seeing the one in the first half and the one in the second half. I don't remember seeing one in between that.
I want to say he got one. I want to say it was the third quarter. He got one along the perimeter. He blocked one of the guards along the perimeter. I mean, it wasn't a big block. It was basically a tip shot.
Yeah, I saw that one.
You saw that one. Did you see the other one? So then, if you've seen the one in the fourth quarter and you've seen the one that I'm talking about, Then he had one that was identical to the last one where he like stonewalled the guy at the rim.
Oh, okay. Then he did have 3 blocks. He had 1 in the first half and 2 in the second half.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I wish they would have a box score for these games, man, so you could actually like take a look at what you're seeing and what they counted and what they didn't count.
Right. Yeah, and then on TV they're only going to show the top scorers. So,
Right.
which was they show the starters, which was Durant, Beal, Levine, Damian Lillard, and Bam Adebayo. Those were the top 5, and they just happened to be the starters as well.
Right. All right. So Mr. Gio also says Villadoza is really good, but I understand why he doesn't take the ball more. What you think about Villadoza, Jose Villadoza? Were you impressed by him?
Yeah, he was good, but I still don't think he's better than Campazzo. Campazzo, obviously, he had the ball in his hands more, so maybe that's why the Villadoza doesn't take shots more, get the ball more, because usually it's in Campazzo's hands.
What I noticed from Villadoza as well is that he seems like he's playing the off guard when Campazzo's in the game, and Campazzo just looks like a pure point guard, where Villadoza kind of looks like a combo guard. I mean, He's got a little bit more height to him than Campazzo, so
right.
He looked like the combo guard out there where he's just playing the off guard, and that would probably be my reason why he doesn't have the ball in his hand more, is because Campazzo looks like he's just a floor general. He's just going to have the ball in his hand, and given that the fact that Argentina really doesn't have a serious playmaker, I mean, by default, I think Campazzo is going to just be the one that's going to be the one with the ball primarily in their hands.
Yep, definitely. Campazzo is the guy that's always going to have the ball in his hands by default, just because they don't have anyone better, and that's just the simple way to put it.
I did like seeing Villadoza in the few shots that he made down the stretch there, but besides that, I mean, he was kind of quiet.
Yeah, his game was kind of a quiet game. He'll hit a couple shots, play a little defense, run around, catch the ball, pass the ball. He wasn't really anything too impressive. We're like, oh, that guy needs to be in the NBA. Like, I didn't see that from him today.
All right, so this comment's from you. You said Levine's cutting, ball handling, scoring ability has been impressive. Anything else you want to add to that about Zach LaVine? We're going to be seeing him a lot. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think I already covered that. Basically, all around today, his game was good from defense to offense to the little things like cutting, ball handling, and scoring. I mean, he just had a good game. He seemed like he was there, like he wanted to win today.
What do you think? Do you think? So with Zach LaVine has been up in his resume a lot these last few years, making the Team USA is another thing he can add on to the resume. Do you feel like the Chicago Bulls are going to be any serious threat in the next year or so? I mean, I want to say the Central Division is wide open besides the Bucks. But, I mean, do you think the Chicago Bulls are going to be able to pose a threat anytime soon?
I think LaVine's going to need another dynamic guard next to him. They got Vucevic, but obviously he's a big man. Right. I think LaVine needs some more guard help. So until they get that other guard to help LaVine, they're never going to be a top team.
It just seems like it feels like Chicago is trying to make moves to be competitive. Like you said, they got Vucevic and they got Zach LaVine. They picked up somebody else too in that trade deadline. Who else did they get from Orlando? I forgot who else they got. I forgot who they got. But Yeah,
Whoever it was, it wasn't someone that could change their team though. I mean, they got a lot of role players. They just really need another star to go with Levine.
Saddiq Bey on the board with 3 free throws. That was
Yep.
pretty much it for Saddiq Bey.
Yep.
What you kind of disappointed that they pulled him out?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you say you were disappointed. I was definitely disappointed as well. Like he could have just stayed in as at the 5 instead of Kevin Love, like I was saying earlier.
I was frustrated. I don't know if you could hear it in my voice when I found out when they came back from commercial break and then they went deep in the bench,
Yep.
pulled out a lot of guys that I didn't even like you said you didn't even know that were on the roster. And
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
like,
even know
wait
they
a
were
minute,
there.
like I think you said it. Like you could see them taking away Jeremy Grant, fine, okay, but like Saddiq Bey hasn't played in like almost in a whole game, and his first playing time was here in the fourth, and you're up damn near 30 points. It's like, come on, man, like give
Really.
Saddiq some run, man.
He could have stayed in. They could have took Kevin Love out.
Let me see. Let's see what this is. Okay, Gio says I didn't mean for Villadoza to have the ball, but to make more plays for Villadoza to shoot or give him the ball to create for himself. He is the best at this in terms of his skills.
Yeah, and that just comes back to him being a combo guard where he doesn't start off running the plays Campazzo does. So until he becomes more ball dominant, he's gonna struggle to find opportunities to create for himself. So he's just not the first option.
The problem with Argentina is that they just don't have a lot of size. Their biggest guy was Luis Scola. And to be
Yep.
quite honest with you, Luis, like the way we talk about Kevin Love, the way we're talking about Kevin Love, he's just the old savvy veteran on the team. That's
Yeah,
that's kind of what Luis Scola is on
and
Argentina.
Yep, and Kevin Love's what, second, third string, and
Yeah,
Luis Scola's starting for him.
starting center, exactly. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like a compare and contrast. There is like if Argentina really had some serious talent on there, I think Luis Scola would be playing the role that Kevin Love is playing for Team USA.
Right. Speaking of players like that, do you think ever Blake Griffin would come back to play for USA team? Because he's someone like Kevin Love or Luis Scola. I could see maybe them bring him back if
I
he
don't,
even is playing in 2025.
dude, I don't know, man. I think Blake Griffin's at the end of the road, man. He's at the
Yeah,
end of the road. Like, just, I
it
don't
was
know.
they probably were coming down to a couple guys, Blake, Kevin Love, Drummond, Plumlee, Brooke Lopez. They were probably going over all these guys, and they probably just felt like Love was the most rebounding, dominant veteran that could shoot threes. So
But
maybe that's what they went with.
but do you think that or do you think Blake Griffin could handle more games the uh, than the normal NBA schedule? Like these are extracurricular games at this point in his career. I mean, do you
Well,
think his body would be able to take it?
I think since the season was shorter, they didn't go that far in the playoffs, and then being that Kevin Love is the second or third option as a big man, then Blake could do the same thing Kevin Love is doing, but obviously not extensive amount of minutes for USA. I could see him being the same under the same role as Kevin Love right now.
Yeah, to come in at the end of the games.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that could be the case. I don't know. I haven't really put much thought into it. I'm just thinking. Anytime I think of like these Olympic Games, I think of like young guys like Saddiq Bey's age getting a chance to really prove themselves on the international level. Like even Kevin Durant is not a guy that I'm thinking of that should be on the squad. So I haven't really put much thought into it, thinking about a guy like Blake Griffin being on the team. Just he's so much older and he's got so many injury problems. And when he was with the Pistons, I mean, he was dragging ass. So it's like he's not the prototypical player that I'm thinking of that would be in these Olympic Games.
Oh no, but a limited role like Kevin Love.
Yeah, a limited role for sure. Yeah, I could see that as a limited role, but to be out there like Luis Scola is on Argentina, no, that I couldn't see that for Blake Griffin. And I don't think Luis Scola should be out there. To be honest with you, like he's scraping at the bottom of the barrel, trying to get some size on that squad.
That's what Paul Gasol is going to look like on Sunday when we play Spain.
And he hasn't played in a couple of years, right? He hasn't been on an NBA team in a couple of years.
But he was playing overseas this season, actually.
So he was playing pro ball, but on the international level.
Right.
Okay. I mean, it's not the NBA, but I mean, at least he's been playing competitively.
Right, and I think Paul Gasol's gonna basically look like Luis Scola out there, maybe forcing a couple in the post shots and making them, and maybe stretch the floor a little bit, but that's about it. I think Marc Gasol, I mean, he's probably not going to be that. Obviously, he's not quick anymore. He doesn't have the agility, but I mean, he's still a very good passer and scorer. So and then Ricky Rubio, I mean, great passer, and he's better at 3-point shooting than he ever was. So I mean, he might be a threat, just like how Patty Mills was.
We face Australia on Friday in a rematch.
Australia Friday and Spain on Sunday, and then
What's your prediction for Australia?
Oh, we gotta get the win. I'm gonna say 95 to 89.
95-89.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I feel like we're gonna get the win, especially with more games under our belts. Hopefully we finish off these scrimmages strong, and I think starting next week, I believe it's on Thursday. So the last scrimmage will be on Sunday, and I think either Wednesday or Thursday is that real games start up.
Right.
So, you know what? As much crap as Team USA has gotten for these losses in these games, at least they're getting them out the way during these scrimmages. So hopefully, by the time these real games start up, middle of next week, everything will be fine-tuned.
Yep, plus when the real games start back up, NBA Finals should be over, and Devin Booker and Middleton and Holiday should be joining the team. But hopefully that doesn't or hopefully that is a positive impact of them joining the team instead of more chemistry issues. But I think it will be a positive impact.
Mr. Gio says the difference between Argentina and Spain is Spain has 4 centers. Scola is the only center to play for Argentina.
Right.
So, I mean, just saying the Gasol brothers, that's 2 of their centers. I wonder who the other centers are for Spain. Off the top of my head, I don't have any names.
They're probably like power forward centers too. I mean, Paul Gasol can play power forward. I was just comparing. Paul Gasol is probably going to look like Luis Scola.
I'm looking up their roster right now, Spain's roster.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot bigger than Argentina. But Australia...
Just with the Gasols, they're bigger.
Yep.
The current roster, okay, Marc Gasol. They got Guillermo Hernan Gomez.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure who that is. But
Yeah.
he plays
He's
for New Orleans.
Yep. He plays for the Pelicans. He used to play for the Hornets, Charlotte Hornets.
Wait,
He
is this
played
the
for
guy
them.
that was a? No, never mind. I'm thinking of the other Hernan Gomez. The guy that I believe he was a lottery pick a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it might be.
Not him. This is a different guy. And
Yeah.
then, actually, they got two Hernan Gomez. This is the guy. I think.
Yeah, there's two of them. Yeah, and they're both NBA players.
Yeah, this guy for the Timberwolves. He's a power forward, and this is the guy I was thinking of.
Right.
But,
oh wow! So
they got. Well, he said they got 4, but they're only listing 3. They got the Gasol brothers and Willie Hernan Gomez.
Right.
And the second Hernan Gomez is Wanacho, and he's actually the lottery pick I was referring to, and he plays for the Timberwolves.
Right, and he's a forward combo, so he could play small forward, and Paul could play power forward, Mark could play center, and Willie could be a backup for Paul and Mark.
And then, not to mention, they do got Ricky Rubio, who's a great NBA player. Here's a name I haven't seen in a while, Rudy Fernandez. How about that name?
Oh, no way. They got Rudy Fernandez on the team?
36 still playing.
So him and Rubio will be the starting backcourt.
Yeah, or if he's able to move around like that, sure. How about this name too? This is another name, Sergio Rodriguez. That's another name that was in the NBA.
Okay, yeah. So Spain still has NBA players on the team, but they're a lot older.
Yeah, a little older.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that I'm recognizing. Those are the only names.
Right,
so they got a decent squad, but they got a lot of older players.
Yep. Are the other names that you don't recognize younger?
Check that again. They got an old squad, man.
They're all
old, man.
Yeah.
They're all mid-20s.
Thank you, Bam. A
Sorry.
12-point performance for Adebayo, a 28-point win for
Sorry about
US.
that.
No, you're good. Yeah, I think
they're all older, man. Like
Hernan Gomez will be the youngest player that was drafted on Minnesota.
Even he's 25.
Right.
He's 25. They got Sergio Martinez. He's 22. Most of these guys are 25 and older. They got Usman Garuba, and he's 19. I'm butchering these names. Carlos Alocin, and he's 20.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these guys are in their mid-20s, even 30s.
Yeah, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to play Kevin Love that game.
I'm curious what they're ranked.
I don't know. It could go either way. I mean, but they sound slow.
Let me see. Their last gold medal was in the FIBA World Cups, and they won in 2019 in China.
Right. Okay.
That's Spain. So, I mean, we all know that Spain has always been historically pretty good. So we'll see. Right. I mean, you can't just slouch on them. I'm expecting to have them come out punching.
Yeah, I think their chemistry as a team will be really good.
So let me see what we got here. So Mr. Geo says it's better to lose during the scrimmage than to win. I agree. Even though
Oh
I
yeah.
mean we've been like trust me, the media here has been just beating up on Team USA. But I mean it's better to beat up on them on games that don't count or games that are like basically let's say Team USA wins the gold medal, right?
Right.
And we go in and we win all the games that actually count. These games, no one's going to remember. I mean, there's
Oh
not even a
no.
box score for these games.
Exactly.
So I mean, you can even go back and look to see like who actually was a big player uh, in these games that Team USA lost in. So I mean that's how much under the radar these games are technically.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. It's better that they do lose now, but I mean that win today kind of just blew right past the 2 losses we had.
He says that Spain beat poor Iran by 50 a few days ago. Ain't that crazy that Iran has a team?
Jeez, Spain beat them by 50? If that's true, I mean, we're gonna have some competition. But yeah, who the heck is on Iran?
I have no idea, but they're in the same group as us.
Yeah, that's definitely different, but
Iran is going to get smoked.
probably. And then Czech Republic has Carl Anthony
I
Towns,
want
right?
to I want to say our group it was us, it was France, it was Czech, it was Iran.
Yep.
I think that was it. I
Yeah,
think
there's
those
four teams per group. Yeah, that was
yeah.
it.
So we'll be facing Iran. I got to imagine that's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, the only team I'm worried about is France and then Czech Republic. They do have Carl Anthony Towns, so they're going to be
And what team?
on Czech Republic. Carl Anthony Towns is on that team.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's what I thought. Yeah, look it up right now. Carl Anthony Towns.
I was looking him up. I thought he was from the Bahamas.
No, that was DeAndre Ayton.
Was it? You might be right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me look up the team. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure DeAndre Ayton was from the Bahamas, and Cat is Czech Republican.
You mean he's from the Dominican Republic? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but he's playing for Czech, isn't he?
No, that's not right, man.
Oh, he's not.
No, that's not right. That can't be.
Somebody said he was playing for one of these teams.
Hold on. No, I'm not seeing him on that roster, the Czech Republic. Carl Anthony Towns is going to be. He's on the Dominican Republic, man.
Are they even in the tournament?
Not in any of the groups that I've seen.
Oh, okay. So maybe
He's from the Dominican Republic.
right. So he won't be playing.
And I'm curious if they're even in any of the Olympics, as far as like basketball side of things go, because I didn't see them in any of the groups.
Yeah, maybe they're playing in like a less competitive league this summer or something.
Oh yeah, Mr. Geo says that he's doing it. Which is what I thought. I didn't think he was Czech, but
Right.
let's see who is on this roster. Jan Vesely. He's a former draft pick. I recognize this name. The one time he was a 6th overall pick in 2011 for the Czech Republic.
Oh, really?
Jan Vesely. I remember his name. He's not. I don't think he's on any current NBA team though.
No.
Definitely considered a bust.
Okay, yeah. That sounds familiar.
Here's another one, Thomas Sanarowski for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guard.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I remember him playing. He's a scrappy player.
Yeah, he's a good backup. He's like a Patty Mills.
Yeah, I know that name. Let me see what else. I'm looking at the Czech Republic. That's all I'm noticing. That's all I'm noticing. So Jan Vesely, who was a former lottery pick, 6th overall in 2011, and then you got Thomas Saddiq, who's a current player on the Chicago Bulls. I know him.
Yep.
I know those two players. The other guys I'm not familiar with.
All right, well then, it's probably just France that we should be worried about.
I actually want to see who's on Iran now.
Oh yeah, I doubt any NBA players.
Don't be writing them off so fast, man.
I just couldn't. I can't believe if there is an NBA player on Iran.
Don't write them off so fast. Let's see who they got. Let me see.
All right.
Look at the current roster. You're right. No current NBA players. Not seeing anybody here, man. Not seeing anybody.
That's what I thought.
Not seeing anybody. I'm not really seeing any names. A lot of these guys are playing in Iranian leagues.
Right.
A few guys are playing in China. Let's see.
Oh, that's probably how they got connected with Tokyo. Maybe some of the guys were playing in Tokyo or something.
They got a few guys playing in Germany. One in Australia. Yeah, I'm not sure how Iran got put in the Olympics, but I hope they're ready. Because a lot of these guys are not. They're going to have the same issue that Argentina has.
They're very small.
Yeah, I mean they got 1 7-footer on the team.
Oh, okay.
All right, Josh. All right, Sean. What do you think, man? You think they're gonna run the table the rest of this preseason or scrimmages?
I hope so. I hope they beat Australia. I think Australia and Spain will be closer games. Argentina just did not look good.
Let's see.
Hey, I just got some NBA news about Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
he had a torn right ACL and just had surgery to repair it.
See, you said Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL and he had surgery to repair it?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about this? He says the Czech Republic, not Canada, with Wiggins, Lyles, RJ Barrett,
Yeah, that's impressive because you would have thought at least R.J. Barrett would have took advantage. That Thomas Satoransky can ball.
He's a scrappy player. I know he can play, man. As the games that I've watched in Chicago, I mean, he's a scrappy guy. He's one of those guys that we talked about, like how we're talking about how some players do the little things, right?
Right.
And he's one of those guys that does the little things.
Yeah, definitely.
For the Chicago Bulls, he's getting into passing lanes, deflecting passes, and things like that.
Yeah, they must have a pretty good team. We're not sure who any of the big guys are, though, so they must all play overseas and all the bigger guys.
All right, Sean, you ready to do this again on Friday?
Yeah, let's yeah, for sure. Let's go Friday.
All right, man. I'll be ready to do this on Friday. I'll bring you back on.
Is Friday 8 o'clock?
Let me check that. Friday is 6 o'clock.
Oh, it's 6 again. Oh, okay.
Yep,
I like
6.
this. I like the 6 o'clock.
So do I.
Better.
So do I. It doesn't end too late. But yeah, 6 o'clock Australia, and then 9 p.m. For Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's what was that? That was like next Sunday.
Right.
Or this Sunday. This Sunday is Spain, the final scrimmage game.
Right. All right. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, but definitely much needed win against Argentina today.
Absolutely. And hopefully we'll get to see Saddiq Bey and Jerami Grant get more burn.
Yeah, I think Popovich was just trying to give them some burn, give them a minute, you know.
You need to give them 2 minutes.
Right.
That minute that Saddiq Bey got today was not enough. You need to get 2 minutes.
Yeah, all the guys that came off the bench only got a minute, you know, a couple minutes or whatever it was. So, I mean, there wasn't a lot of time, but take Kevin Love out next time, please.
I will wholeheartedly co-sign that, sir. Kevin Love, please. No more Kevin Love, more Saddiq Bey.
Yeah, only put Kevin Love in the guard, one of the Gasol brothers, if needed.
Right. All right, Sean. Hey, it's good chatting up with you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. For more coverage and more Piston basketball, check out the official Detroit Piston basketball group on Facebook and the page. And thank you for everybody that has joined us on the YouTube channel as well. Everybody have a good night. Thank you. And we'll see you again for Australia. And that will be on the 16th, which is this Friday. All right, everybody. Take care.
Hey, you too. See ya.
Take care, guys.